Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. John Sally on why LeBron James has less championships than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. John Sally spoke recently about why LeBron James has won fewer championships than Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He noted that LeBron has never been part of a system that generates championships, bringing up the triangle offense of Phil Jackson that allowed Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant to win 6 and 5 NBA championships respectively. He added that the same system was adopted by Steve Kerr, which allowed the Warriors to win 4 NBA championships with Stephen Curry. John Sally, LeBron never played in a system that breeds championships. The triangle offense had Phil and Michael win 6 championships. They would have won 8 championships if Michael didn't go away. Then to prove that point, they come to LA and he wins 5 championships with the same offense with a great player. But it's a system. They couldn't beat the triangle system. Then this guy named Steve Kerr goes and takes a version of it and wins 4 championships with it. It's a system. LeBron never had this triangle system. It was all, put the weight on him. And any time you put the weight on somebody without the system, they didn't win. Yeah, Kevin Durant, going to Golden State, was the smartest move. Sally makes a really good point about LeBron James' career. He has never had such a tactically astute coach who employs a winning system around him to help maximize him and the team around him to compete for a championship. All of LeBron's 4 NBA championship wins have been thanks to incredible performances from him and his teammates making some key shots at the right time. For a player as intelligent as LeBron James, he has never really had a coach who can match that intelligence and build a solid team and system around him. The closest James has come to having a tactically smart coach was when he was coached by Erik Spoelstra. Spoelstra is a better coach now than he was during LeBron's stint in Miami, but there were flashes of his tactical genius during those years. James, despite nearing the age of 40, is still one of the best players in the NBA and is playing at a consistently high level. Despite being past his prime, James is still an excellent player that can lead a team to an NBA championship, as long as he has the right teammates and coaching. Recently, the Lakers fired Darvin Ham as the head coach of the team. The franchise will now look for a new head coach, but James will not partake in the hunt for a new head coach. James will definitely be consulted by Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss on the final hire, but he won't have an active say in the decision. The Lakers have been linked to former NBA player J.J. Redick as a potential coaching option recently. Redick started a podcast with LeBron James a few months ago, and the two clearly share a strong relationship. LeBron has respect for JJ's knowledge of basketball, and their relationship could play a role in the Lakers' decision. LeBron James reveals his evaluation of Bronny James as a prospect. As we approach the 2024 NBA Draft, all eyes are on Bronny James. Not only is there plenty of intrigue about where LeBron's son is going to play, but there is also a ton of interest in finding out how good he actually can be. Until now, LeBron James has shied away from talking about his son Bronny and his draft prospects. He has mostly just attended the draft combine and supported him throughout the process. On the latest episode of his podcast Mind the Game with J.J. Redick, James finally addressed Bronny and the type of draft prospect he is. When addressing Bronny's journey so far, LeBron sounds like a proud dad. The most impressive part of his son's game, according to LeBron, is his mindset. Prioritizing being a winning player and identifying his NBA comparison as a Derek White, Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart type of player were particularly intriguing for LeBron. To see him mention guys like Derek White, Drew Holiday, a few other guys, Marcus Smart, in our league, Davion Mitchell, these are guys who come in and for a team that is trying to win championships, a team that wants to win every night, these are the players that you have to have on your team. It doesn't always show up in the box scores, but it always shows up in the winning plays. LeBron James on his son Bronny. Despite having endless scrutiny and media attention on him, Bronny has carried himself very well. Instead of buckling under pressure in the shadow of his father, Bronny found his own playing style, shaping his game around defense-first combo guards. LeBron further explained that he had nothing to do with this. Apparently, Bronny identified the type of player he wanted to become and has been working endlessly to become that. Bronny will never be LeBron James. No one will likely be. But the fact that he is carving his own path and trying to become a quality NBA player in the mold that he feels comfortable with deserves a ton of praise. Report: Lakers could pursue Chris Paul if he becomes free agent. With the Lakers exiting the playoffs during the opening round and the Warriors crashing out of the play-in, both teams will undoubtedly look different heading into the 2024-25 season. Longtime NBA reporter Mark Stein mentioned in his latest newsletter that Chris Paul could finally become a Laker this summer if he becomes a free agent. The Spurs and the Lakers keep coming up as potential suitors for the Warriors' Chris Paul if Paul becomes a free agent this offseason. Paul's long-standing friendship with LeBron James and his well-known desire to stay as close to his LA-based family as possible certainly add credence to the notion of the Lakers signing him. Paul's $30 million salary for next season becomes fully guaranteed on June 28 if Golden State does not waive him, or if the Warriors trade him to a team that decides to keep him. The Warriors, league sources say, are currently evaluating those options. Paul has been connected with the Lakers for many years, including his infamous trade to the team, which was voted by then NBA Commissioner David Stern, ultimately resulting in him joining the Clippers. The Lakers won't get that version of CP3, but they would get a serviceable backup. During his 58 games of play for the Warriors, he averaged 9.2 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. As Stein reported, June 28 is the day to watch as the Warriors decide whether to keep him and pay the $30 million or waive him. So until the situation is finalized, it's something to keep an eye on, but just theoretical. Still, the Lakers could always use a net positive guard, and despite the fact that Paul is aging and a shell of himself. Even a mediocre Paul is better than most players who will be available as a backup. Los Angeles has plenty to work on this summer, including a new head coach, LeBron James' contract situation and an upcoming draft. So, the acquisition of a backup guard isn't a top priority, but it is still an area of improvement the team would like to bolster. Paul could accomplish that if he replicates the season he had with the Warriors for the Lakers. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Chris Paul? Leave your opinion in the comments.